Hey guys, it's Misha here. I'm back for another video, and today we're going to talk about my stretched ears. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my ear stretching journey and how I got to where I'm currently at this point in time. I also wanted to explain to you some of my goals for the future whenever it comes to my ears. So I started stretching my ears technically when I was 12 years old. I've always liked the way that people's ears looked whenever they were stretched. I always thought that it was badass whenever people had, the bigger holes in their ears, and you could see the pictures and all of that in the earrings and everything like that. When I was 12 years old, we had gone to the mall and I picked up a pair of curved barbells, and I thought that it was the coolest thing. Of course, at that point in time, I had no idea what I was doing, so while we were walking around the mall that day, I just kind of slowly shoved it through my ears, and yeah, it was a bloody, painful mess. Knowing what I know now, I should have taken everything out and cleaned everything and made sure that I did it the proper way, but I was 12. Everybody starts off not knowing what they're doing. So for the longest time, I just wanted to keep it at 12. Even all the way up through until I went into college, all I wanted to do was just to stay a 12 gauge. For those of you that don't know, gauges are an actual measurement for jewelry. It's not the process that you go through whenever you're stretching your ears. You don't gauge your ears, you stretch your ears. I went from a typical piercing, which is usually at 18 or 20 gauge, to a 14 gauge right off the bat. I should have started with the 16, but we all make mistakes, right? So I left them at 14 gauge for a pretty long time. I took them out regularly. I switched them out often. And then in college, I basically, decided, hey, I'd like to go up to 10, but I was going to stop at a 10, and I never did. So I stayed at a 14 for probably about a good 13, 14 years. And then a couple of years ago, me and my boyfriend at the time were at the mall, and I saw a pair of spirals, and let me see if I can find the one that I have left for you. Aha, here it is. I saw a pair. We had walked into Spencer's because Spencer's is one of my favorite stores, and I saw a pair of spirals, and I only have one left, but this is what it looks like. I hope that you can see it. I saw this pair. They're acrylic, and they were really, really cool. If my camera will focus. Come on. It's okay, camera. You can focus. Okay. So I saw these spirals, and I thought that they were really, really cool, and I really, really wanted them. And even though they were an 8 gauge, I decided, hey, I had to have them. I'll suffer the consequences later. So when we got home, I put some petroleum jelly on these, which is a no-no, and I slowly inched it into my ear. Over the course of several days, I slowly inched it. It was about a week later before it was finally in, and it just finally rested in there, and everything was good. And I really, really liked the way that it looked. I started to pay more attention to the way that ears looked whenever they were larger sizes and everything like that. And what really caught my eye was individuals that had their holes that were an inch, and I thought that that was a really, really cool look. It was like the perfect look. It was exactly what I was looking for. So I invested in one of those kits that you can get on Amazon, and it starts off at a 16 gauge and it goes up to a 00, and you get metal tapers like this, and then you also get, with this one, I also got a set of white plugs, and let me see if I can find them. Alright, a set of black plugs. And I decided that this was going to be my entry into the world of stretching my ears. At this point in time, because I really wanted to stretch my ears, I had decided that this was going to happen. I started to do more research on it and the ways to properly do it and all of that, you know, so that you don't blow out your ears and so that your ears are healthy. And the one main thing that I saw was that tapers like this were not always the greatest thing, and they were definitely not jewelry. And you should never stretch your ears with acrylic jewelry. So I got a bunch of tapers, and I proceeded to use these. And basically, for those of you that don't know, with tapers, you put them in your ear, and then you follow it up with a tunnel. A metal tunnel. You put it in your ear, and then you basically put the tunnel and the plug like this, and then you slowly feed it through until just the tunnel is in your ear. So I started to do that because I was already at an 8 and had already been at an 8 for a while. I went up to a 6, which is this size. And so the 6 was extremely painful. It didn't help that I was already in a lot of pain throughout the day because my ears have been having issues and whatnot. I decided, what the hell, you know, I can't suffer anymore, so I just went ahead and did it. Extremely painful. Going from a 8 to a 6 was probably one of the worst stretches I experienced, but I left it in for several weeks. And then I went up to a size 4. Let me see. I can't really find them right now. And then I went up to a size 4, left those in for about 3 weeks. Then I went up to a size 2, and I left those in for a little bit, for about a month. Then I went up to a 0, and then a double 0, which is this size. And then with the double 0, what I did was I actually invested in some jewelry for it. So I got these, which are incredibly ruined. I'm not going to take them out of the bag, but you can see that they got wet and the water got in there. I got these on Amazon. I also got a pair of, let me see if I can find them. Of course I can't at this point in time because my counter is a mess. I got a pair of Day of the Dead ones, and I got a pair of tunnels that were rainbows going around, and I really, really liked those. I wore those for a little bit, you know, probably for a couple of months, and then I decided, you know, everything was healed, everything was good. Around Christmas, I went up to a 12 millimeter. I go by millimeters. Even though I'm in the US, I go by millimeters because it's a more exact measurement and everything like that. So right now I'm at a 12, and these are some of the ones that I have. I used to have a pair of spirals and a pair of silicone ones, but I lost them. They're with my luggage on Greyhound. I also got a pair of glass ones. I don't know how well you can see these. The other one to this one got lost in the pool. And I got this one. So I have been at a 12 millimeter size for about 5 months now. I don't know if you'll be able to see it very well, but there's a gap there. If you can see that. My goal is that I want to get up to an inch, and if once I get up to an inch I decide that I want to go any bigger, because we know how I am, then yeah, I'll go there. But right now my goal is to get up to an inch, because to me an inch seems like the perfect size. It's not too big. It's big enough that you can see the image on the jewelry, but it's not so big that it's like, you know, ridiculous and flapping in the breeze and everything like that. I really, really like the way that it looks with an inch. So currently at this moment, that's my plan. I'm sorry if this video seems a little bit rushed. As with all of my videos, I do this on my cell phone. I have limited memory space right now. But I really, really hope that you enjoyed hearing about my stretching journey. I will keep you guys posted on anything having to do with my ears. They are extremely healthy. I clean them every single day, and I clean my jewelry regularly. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and close out this video. If you liked this video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. Remember, they are important. If you have any comments or any suggestions on videos that you think I should do in the future, go ahead and leave them down in the comments below. Go ahead and follow my social media. Links to all of my social media are in the description box down below as well. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. I will be putting out 1 or 2 videos every single week, more if I can help it. I love all of you guys to death. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys have a fantastic day. Stay strange, love one another, and most importantly, love yourselves. Bye!